Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me once again on this Reverse Recruitment 0% Growths LTC. Today, our forces take the fight to Benyon. We start by promoting Stefan, the Myrmidon from 1-5. His review will come momentarily. Chapter 1-6 is comprised of 2 maps, and this is the first one. It is a route map that spans a broader area than what we've seen to this point, and plenty of enemies that can attack from 1 or 2 range. An added layer of difficulty is presented by reinforcements that spawn from multiple angles, and an enemy we must kill on player phase. It's a considerable step up in complexity, but it's very satisfying when it all comes together. The Dark Sage Pelleas is our newest effective combat unit, and we've given him Izuka's Glee in order to improve his hit rates and damage output. Access to dark magic is novel, but it's inaccurate and cannot be forged. Crucially, he matches Ena's 16 speed, allowing him to double most enemies on the map. I don't know if that holds true in hard mode. Our formation is designed to funnel enemies into Ena and Pelleas. Like in 1-5, many of our deployed units don't do anything here besides build support rank. Ena takes just 4 damage from this Thunder Mage. Effective damage isn't worth all that much when your base weapon might is 3. What is worth a lot is Ena's Dragon Gauge, which decreases by just 1 point per combat. If the cost were any higher, this strategy would need her to use a second Laguz stone somewhere on the map. The man, the myth, the meme. Bishop Oliver of Tanis has graced us with his presence. Sadly, he has not graced us with good stats, with the notable exception of 24 magic. His model isn't even fat right now. Like, what's the point? Okay, he gets some healing done, and he actually has a skill stat for hitting things. I just can't help but feeling like we drew the short, stubby end of the stick here. For now, at least. Ena continues to march forward, toward the furthest group of enemies. We also have Volk in tow for reasons that will come to light later. Caineghis still hungers for souls, strike rank, so he gets in range of the enemy Pegasi, who will target him over Ena for reasons I don't fully understand. In order to make this soldier kill relatively reliable, Nasir moves in to give Bastion 2 chances to one-shot him. Up north, Pelleas will be dealing with this wave of reinforcements. Kurthnaga bolsters his mediocre defense with Night Tide. With his promotion, Stefan the Swordmaster becomes an okay filler unit. He doesn't get doubled basically ever, making him hard to take down in one round of combat. His high 13 constitution gives him a niche in shove utility, and his heaven affinity can patch up the hit rates of allies. He avoids using his full movement on this turn to ensure that the Southern Pegasus Knight will target Caineghis. Pelleas is our first high-value combat unit who hits on the magical side of the spectrum. As you can see, he deals way more than enough damage to defeat these armor knights, who might otherwise be a bit of a problem. Volk gets attacked here, since that armor knight has no other target. Even with Blood Tide, the counter damage is low. Here we see Ena fail to one-round an enemy Myrmidon. That's a clue as to why Volk is up front with her. Meanwhile, dinner is ready. We have given Pelleas the Renewal skill from a recent base conversation, which passively heals 10% of a unit's HP at the start of each turn. It's not much, but any small improvement to survivability is welcome. The rest of this turn 3 could use some work. For starters, we could figure out a way to position the Seer next to Bastion, so that he has 2 chances at that 76% displayed hit rate. The thickets prevent Nasir from getting there under his own power, so he would need some help. 2 shoves from Giffca and Gareth could work, but rescuing with Renning and then dropping him into place with someone else probably makes turn 4 easy. What we expect on turn 4 is another wave of reinforcements, most of them Pegasi. We have no way of moving up the cliffs, so we'll need to position our units such that the only ones within their range can kill on the counterattack. The southern portion of the map will be the best place to avoid getting in the way. Ena's movement is currently restricted by the Myrmidon she couldn't kill. Stefan can get shoved far enough to step in, and most of our other units spend their actions making themselves scarce. The danger to Pelleas has passed, so Kurth can vacate the area. Stefan solves the Myrmidon problem, but his weapon choice here is a mistake. Can you guess why? With the path cleared, Ena can attack this archer and move into range of the Northern Armor Knights. Oliver has ensured that she stays healthy for this offensive. It takes me a minute to remember what I'm doing with Volk here, but eventually he does move up and finish off the archer. Bloodtide has been consistently boosting his accuracy. Ena is just barely able to kill these Armor Knights in 1 round. If the Sword Wielder had been able to attack from the thicket, he would have lived thanks to its defense boost. Here's where the Killing Edge could have bitten us. If Stefan had crit, it would have deprived Caineghis of a point of strike rank. The budget for that is not very forgiving. The final wave has arrived. Pelleas has the task of handling the eastern group, so he applies a vulnerary. The non-combatants will need to finish moving out of the way. Ena's speed stat is 16, which means she can double enemies with 12 attack speed or lower. This Benyon soldier has a chance to spawn in with 13 speed, which would ruin our plans. If this occurs, there is sadly nothing we can do except to replay the map. In this case, we can proceed to our objective, which is the enemy healer. This unit cannot attack us on enemy phase, so we must commit Ena's action to attacking him rather than the Myrmidon. To ensure the Myrmidon dies on this turn, Volk deals some crucial chip damage. Thanks to stillness, everyone in this area will go after Ena rather than him. It might be possible for Renning to fulfill this role instead by cantering away after attacking, but the movement to get there would be more complicated, and Renning would have a high risk of missing with a wind edge or dying at one range to the counterattack. We're almost done. The rest is up to Ena and Pelleas. We'd prefer that they don't miss. That tickled. Many of the Pegasus Knights we've fought here are weighed down by their weapons. I'm certainly not complaining. Thanks to our 16-speed 1-2 range whirlwinds, we clear 1-6-1 in 4 turns. Join me next time for the second part of this chapter, where Caineghis moves on from appetizers to the main course. Take care, everyone.